Hi guys, so yeah, this electric supplier issues. Yeah, so this morning we got up, we got ourselves sorted in the headspace to deal with this chaos. So yeah, we rang Ofgem, well, John rang Ofgem, because I did get a reply from Scope, an email reply from Scope, because yesterday evening I emailed them, well, me and John emailed them to explain the situation and see what help they could give us. They sent me an email reply saying that an advisor will contact me in 5 working days to see what help they can offer me. And I thought, well, we can't wait 5 days. You know, we've got like just over £5 left on the meter. That's probably not going to last 5 days. You know, it's probably not even going to last 2. So, like, I was like, right, okay, we can't wait for them. So I said to John, we're going to have to ring Ofgem. So John rang Ofgem a few minutes ago. He spoke to a woman on there. She was very nice, very well spoken. John explained that he's got learning difficulties and cognitive difficulties, that we both have that, and she adjusted the way she dealt with us. She spoke slower and in a more understandable way, which was really good, really helpful. We explained our situation to her. She told us that our electric supplier, OVO and Boost, they're both part of the same company, they're just 2 different sections of it, which is weird. But yeah, apparently they are still trading. They have not gone out of business. So the guy who rang us yesterday from the comparison website, either he was misinformed somehow or he was lying to us in order to scam us to switch to a new company. But yeah, so she said, she confirmed to us that Boost are still operating, still in business, and everything. She also told us that if our electricity drops below £3 on the meter, we are to ring Ofgem back and they can sort it out, so they can put money on the meter for us. So that we don't run out of power, which is an excellent safety net. So now I feel a lot better that I'm not going to run out of electric, I'm not going to be without power, so that is a massive relief. And then she rang Boost for us on our behalf, spoke to them and sorted it out, so they're going to ring us. Boost are going to ring us at some point, hopefully today. She said if they do not ring you in the next couple of hours, ring Ofgem back, and she gave us a reference number so that we can reference our case so that it's quicker, you know. So we'd ring them back if Boost doesn't contact us in the next couple of hours. And then yeah, so basically now we have to wait for Boost to ring us, and hopefully they're gonna figure this stuff out. We found our letters from Boost with all our account details on it. They were in a folder in the bedroom somewhere. We found those, so that's going to be helpful. Always keep letters like that on hand, because they do have all of your account details that you may need on them, so always keep them to hand. Me and John do, we keep everything organised in folders. We have a different colour folder for different types, like we have one colour for utility bills, we have one colour for benefit bills, one colour for council letters such as council tax and rent and stuff like that, you know, so we're all organised like that. It's just those folders get put on a shelf and get buried behind loads of other junk sometimes, so, you know, but always keep them letters organised and keep them safe, because you do need them, you need that information. So yeah, just wait for Boost now and see what Boost says. So like still I'm like, what the heck, you know, still a bit confused, because firstly we couldn't top up because our account didn't exist. Our electric supplier account did not exist, apparently. So then when I tried looking on Switch comparison websites, a guy rang us from one of those websites, uninvited, to try and switch us to a new supplier. And we were like, hang on a minute, we're not wanting to switch yet, we were just looking at different companies and seeing which would be the best option for us. We're not actually going ahead with it yet. I don't know why you're ringing, you know. And he told us, well, your electric company is out of business. So that sent us into a like, what the heck, a tailspin kind of thing. Like, what does that mean? We cannot top up. We have no supplier, apparently. So what does that mean? And then obviously trying to contact people that you know, the support people that are supposed to help us with this at gone 6 o'clock in the evening is impossible because they're all closed. So today we've done that. We've sent emails yesterday, you know, and then everyone's saying, oh, it's going to be a week before we can help you. So it's like, a week? I can't wait a week. I need power. What the heck? You know, it's very shocking. It was very stressful and shocking situation, because I felt like I was going to end up with no electricity, and that affected my mental health and my anxiety, and just went into a tailspin. And spiraled downwards, you know, like, and then my brain was like, if we've got no electric, we can't charge the wheelchair, we can't order medication, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't cook food, you know. It's just, but now Ofgem has made me feel a little bit better. So yeah, the lady at Ofgem, brilliant, she did a brilliant job. I feel more at ease now, because I feel like I've got a safety net, that if Boost does not help us, if Boost doesn't sort this situation out or ring us within the next couple of hours, or if we go below £3, we've got that safety net where Ofgem will put money on our meter for us. So yeah, I feel much better now about that. So, like, I think, to be honest, it's a whole scam thing, because I've got a smart meter, so a physical person shouldn't be coming out to read my meter, because they can do it from their office, wherever their office is at Boost or OVO. They can read it on their computer because it's connected to the internet, the meter is. So a physical person should not be coming out to read the meter. But we had a physical person come out last week to read the meter. He showed us credentials saying that he was sent from Boost to read the meter, to double check it all. That it's like an annual thing, that they've got at least check the meter once a year or something, and it all seemed legit. So we let him in, he read the meter and he left. So I'm thinking that guy was maybe dishonest, that maybe he did something to the meter that has stopped our our electric card from working, so we cannot top up. And then that's caused us to try and figure out why, and caused us to try and switch. And maybe they were waiting. I don't know how these scammers work. Maybe they were waiting for us to go online and try and switch. You know, I don't know. I'm probably overthinking that. But yeah, so like, I don't know. I feel like I've been like hoodwinked a bit, you know. Believe it or not, it happens a lot. It happens a lot to disabled people, and people with learning difficulties and cognitive disabilities and stuff. These people do tend to target people like me. And I'm not ashamed to say that I have fallen victim to it a few times, to these scammers a few times, you know. Nobody should feel ashamed for falling victim to these scammers. I mean, because the cleverest person in the world could still fall for some of these scammers, because they are trained in manipulation, you know, and they do not take no for an answer, and they will use any tactic available to them, any tactic to hoodwink you and get what they want out of you, you know. It's very easy to be taken in by these people, and I have been a few times. British Gas, for instance, a few years ago, I was with, I believe it was Scottish Power for my electricity supply. Someone from that claimed to be from Scottish Power, they had a jumper on with the Scottish Power logo. They had an ID card that looked very convincing, with their photo, with the Scottish Power logo on it, with their name, the hologram, all that stuff. It looked completely legit. And he said that he was from Scottish Power and they've come to read the meter. This is before I got a smart meter, so I had the key meter where readings did need to be taken by physical people. So I was like, yeah, sure, because it seemed legit. He come in, he read the meter, and then he left. And then a couple of days later, I got a letter from British Gas saying thank you for switching to us. I was like, hang on a minute, I didn't switch. What's happening? So I rang up British Gas and I spoke to them. I said, I've just got a letter saying I've switched. I did no such thing. And they said, oh, really? Because one of our people came out to read your meter. I said, no, a Scottish Power guy come out to read my meter because I was originally with Scottish Power. And they said, oh, well, I don't know then. Someone's acted dishonestly there. And I looked at British Gas's tariffs and stuff like that, and I was on a cheaper tariff with them, cheaper than Scottish Power. So I thought, okay, maybe it's not so bad. You know, I'm getting a cheaper deal. You know, so I'll stick with British Gas, screw it. You know, which is probably the wrong thing to do. You know, I probably should have just switched right back to Scottish Power and contacted Ofgem to report it, to report an illegal switch. But no, I was just like, oh, well, I'm getting a cheaper deal, so I'll stick with British Gas then. But then a couple of weeks later, I started getting letters, bills for gas. Now, in this building, we do not have gas. In these flats, we do not have gas. We have not had gas for years, because it became dangerous. Because it's a tower block, there were gas leaks fires, explosions, you know, whatever. It's gas, it's dangerous. So if one flat has a gas leak, it affects the whole tower block. So they got rid of gas and replaced any gas with electric, right? So we do not have gas in this flat. We never had gas since we moved in 15 years ago. They got rid of it way before I moved in. So I was like, okay, so why are they trying to charge me for gas? So I rang them up, spoke to them, and they kind of kept speaking really fast, so I couldn't understand them. They were mumbling. They kept fucking throwing numbers at me and terminology that confused me. And when I asked them to slow down, speak clearer, they got a bit funny with me, a bit uppity and a bit narky. So, like, they were saying, you have to pay it, you have to pay it. You owe us money. And I was like, okay. I hung up on them. I said, I do not owe you this money because I do not have gas. And then a few days later, I got another letter, but this time instead of having my name on the top of the letter, it had to the occupier, and it had a different account number, and it said that it was a bill for a service charge for the meter, for the gas meter. I was like, hang on, this is a bit fishy. So I rang them up again and kind of argued with them a bit. And yeah, I was like, I refused to pay. Got off the phone to them, hung up on them. And then a few days later, I got another letter with my name on it again. Different account number though. And they were trying to charge me money for gas. Now, the first money for gas letter I got from them, gas bill I got from them, was something like £50. The second gas bill I got from them was something like £70. The service charge one I got from them, I think, was about a couple of pence. You know, 15 pence or something like that, 20 pence. So yeah, like, and I was like, okay. And this kept happening every week. We'd get a letter from them with a different name, or my name, or to the occupier, and either service charge or gas charge. And this was like different amounts of money each time. And I was like, well, hang on a minute, what the heck? And they were sending out people to read the meter. Now, these people were coming out to read the meter, and they said, well, that meter's disconnected. It's not even working, so you're not entitled to pay a service charge. You don't have to pay the service charge because it's an old meter, it's disconnected, it does not work. It's probably just been left there because someone couldn't be bothered to remove it. It should have been removed, you know, and you don't get gas, so I don't know why I've been sent out. And I'd say to each one of these meter readers, I don't know why you've been sent out either, you know. But in the end, we did get hold of Ofgem and stuff, and they helped us out with it. And it turns out British Gas had made something like 4 accounts for this address. A couple of the accounts were in my name, and a couple were to the occupier. And what Ofgem told me is, well, firstly, that's illegal. They're not supposed to address it to the occupier. Because it's not addressed to you, to your name, then you don't have to pay it. And they shouldn't be sending bills out without a name on it, you know. So, yeah, they sorted it for us. And, yeah, so it does happen. These bill companies, you've got to be really careful. Because the problem is, if you've got to tell them sometimes that you are disabled, because then that makes you entitled to be on the tariffs, better tariffs, on the correct tariff, because there's certain tariffs for vulnerable people, and where they do certain discounts, or they do schemes, benefit schemes such as the Warmer Homes discount that you can be entitled to if you let them know you're disabled and they put you on that tariff. You know, so you need to tell them sometimes that you are disabled to get what you're entitled to. But the problem is, once you tell them you're disabled, it makes you a target for them to scam you and for them to take advantage of you. You know, but I am also on the priority service register, so that entitles me to extra help as well. Yeah, so, but yeah, don't be ashamed if you get scammed. It happens to the best of us. You know, and these scammers are extremely clever. They're extremely good at it, you know. They have technology and hacking skills and everything like that. You know, they have a lot in their arsenal to be able to scam people. So don't feel bad if it happens to you. Don't feel ashamed. And there are ways you can, if you don't trust something, then you are always allowed to hang up. You're allowed to close your door on people. Okay, so don't feel like you have to stay on the phone listening to them. If you need to be impolite to protect your own well-being and to protect yourself from being scammed, then be rude, you know, hang up, close the door in their face, you know, do that. I know sometimes it's I find it hard to do that, you know. I'm not very good at it, but I'm learning, you know. And most of the time John deals with this stuff for me now, so but yeah, don't feel bad if you need to be a bit rude to protect yourself. And if there's someone knocking your door saying they've come to read your meter and they're from your electric company, do not let them in. Ask to see their ID, then go and ring your electric company. You can do this with any utility company, even if it's internet company, gas company, electric, water, any company like that. You can ask to see their ID before you let them in, and then go and ring your company to find out if they have sent them, because they will have that information. Then if they give you the green light and say, yes, we have sent them, this is legitimate, say okay, and then you can let them in. If they say, no, we haven't sent them, keep hold of the ID, don't give it back, keep hold of it and say, my electric company has told me that they did not send you, so I am now going to ring the police. Yeah, and ring the police, or ring Ofgem and give the details that are on the ID. You know, keep the chain across on your door. Do not let them in until you have confirmed that they are legitimate. Also, do not sign any paperwork at the door. If they come to you saying we've got better tariffs, we've got better deals, say, well, I will go online myself, or I will ring my electric company later, or whatever company it is, I will ring them later and speak to them about the deals. I do not feel comfortable signing paperwork at the door, you know. And if they keep on, just say no, close the door in their face. okay? And if they put their foot in the door, that is illegal. They're not allowed to do that. You can report them. Report them to the police, report them to Ofgem. Yeah, so there are things you can do to protect yourself from that. Also, telephone scams. I had it a lot. I used to get 4 or 5 phone calls on my mobile a day, and then on my landline phone I used to get about the same, maybe more. And I used to get a lot of the scam calls. I got rid of my landline now because I do not need it anymore. And I got so fed up of the scam calls. But with my mobile, I downloaded a helpful little app called Should I Answer? It's available on all the app stores. I know it's available on Google, Apple, I believe, and Android. I think it's even available on Windows, the Windows store. So yeah, check out Should I Answer. What I will do is I'll put a link to that app in the description below, and I will also put a link to that app on the Chronically Suki Facebook page. So check that out. It is a very handy little app. It blocks any scam callers automatically. If it is a number that is not saved to your contact list in your phone, it will block it, or it will ask you if you want to answer it. And if it is a registered scam call, they will block it entirely. If it's an unsure, they will ask you. So make sure, if you get this app, make sure you have all your friends, families, and important numbers that you need saved to your phone, because if they're not, in all likelihood the app will block these people from ringing you as well. So yeah, it's a handy little app and it has helped me out a lot, so I will share the links for that. But yeah, I've been gabbing on a lot. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing today. I'm a little scared to use anything electrical because we have just over £5 left on the meter, and I don't want to run it all down. I know I have that safety net now that if I go under £3, Ofgem can put money on my meter. I know I have that safety net, but I don't want to push it, so I'm a little bit worried about using electric. So in all likelihood this afternoon we're probably going to have to get a takeaway, because I don't really have any food in. Literally our bread went mouldy. It was mouldy this morning when I looked at it, so we have no bread. We have stuff to put in sandwiches, like ham and cheese and stuff, but we have no bread. So we don't really have much food in that we can eat without cooking, without using electricity, so in all likelihood we're probably going to get a takeaway this afternoon maybe, and then maybe tomorrow morning pop out to the supermarket and probably get a few bits and pieces in, I don't know, picnicky food that we don't have to cook, just to keep us going for the next couple of days. But yeah, and then we're probably going to sit and play video games. Can't play video games. I'm obsessed with playing video games. We can sit and play board games again. And if you saw my video yesterday I did, just to let you know, I won the game of Go for Broke, because I am a champion. And then we went on to play Monopoly Isle of Wight edition. I also won that game as well, because again, I am a champion. So I'm probably going to beat John at some board games today. I think he was saying about playing Trivial Pursuit. And I said, no, you don't want to play Trivial Pursuit with me because I win that game all the time. I'm way too smart to play Trivial Pursuit. Science and nature questions. Get every one of those right. Yeah, and like, I'm full of info up here. So, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to play against me with that. I know John's quite a clever person, but yeah. So I don't know, we'll play something. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here. I will keep you updated on what's happening though, because I do want to share this experience of the whole chaos around what's happening with my energy supplier at the moment. Because it's important, because disabled people struggle every day with things like this, and it's a minefield and it's confusing, and yeah, and I think that my experiences at the moment might be able to help someone else with their issues around it. And sharing the information that I'm finding out of how to get yourself out of these situations and what places to go to get the help and support. That's again helpful. So that's why I'm vlogging about it all, really. But yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I shall speak to you all later. Bye bye.